The update has been a crazy start to the weekend and the week, and I finally got my voice back. If it does crack a little bit during this recording, I'm very sorry, because I lost my voice after the 5-hour stream that we did yesterday, and we are doing a face cam stream tomorrow at around 7 p.m. Eastern American Standard Time, so make sure to tune in for that. But today, we are doing all of the spells and skills inside the brand new Enchanted Forest dungeon on Dungeon Quest, so let's jump straight into it today. As I said, we are doing every single spell and skill, so skills. That's what I was going for in the first word that I tried. But we're going to be doing every single spell and skill, what their levels are, their cooldowns, what type they are, what they scale with, their rarity, and what they sell for, and obviously showing you examples of every single spell in the background as well. So if you are not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. We just hit 111,000 subscribers, oh my goodness, yesterday in the stream, which was absolutely crazy. Let's go for 112,000 hopefully by the end of the week. So let's jump into the spells today. So there are currently 7 spells inside of the Enchanted Forest dungeon. There are 3 in Insane and 4 in Nightmare. Was very hard to actually get a hold of all of these spells, and my team have actually been doing Nightmare runs, and we're trying to speedrun it right now to get some content for you guys, as well as we are trying to get the max sets to show you, as well as the brand new legendaries as well, which look absolutely awesome, may I say. So let's start with the first spell today, and the first spell is going to be Piercing Roots. And Piercing Roots is a warrior spell in Dungeon Quest that increases in damage with physical power, and the spell pierces the area in front of you with sharp roots, dealing damage, and it also deals 1 tick of damage and has a cooldown of 6 seconds. It can be sold for 100 million gold and requires players to be at least level 170 to equip it. And Piercing Roots is obviously obtained in the Enchanted Forest dungeon on Insane difficulty. So as I said, required level 170, cooldown 6 seconds. It's obviously a damage type with warrior, and it is a rare rarity. I think there's only 2 that are rare in the entire dungeon, and the rest are all epics, which is absolutely crazy. So we're going to move on to the second one today, being honestly, I really like this spell, and it's really helpful if you are in Insane. So this is Fungal Poison, and Fungal Poison is the mage spell in Dungeon Quest that increases in damage with spell power. By the way, this stun does I think 5 or 6 ticks of damage and has a cooldown of around 6 seconds as well, and can be sold for 100 million gold. Obviously, it requires players with at least level 170 to equip it and can only be obtained in the Insane difficulty. So yes, level 170, cooldown of around 6 seconds, mage, and obviously this is a rare as well. Honestly, the only other rare in the entire dungeon, which is kind of sad and unfortunate, but as I said, this is really good for doing group runs. It does a lot of ticks of damage, and I think I personally started off with doing, 12 trillion ticks of damage per tick, so I was getting up there in damage when I was doing Insane runs last night with my group, so it's very, very helpful for this. And now we're going to bring you guys the healing spell. Yes, you can get the healing spell in Insane this time around. Maybe they will add a legendary version of this spell in Nightmare at some point in the future. I'm not entirely sure, but this is Revitalized, and Revitalized is a healing spell inside of Dungeon Quest that increases in healing with spell power. Obviously, the spell blasts waves of healing energy outwards while giving the user a movement speed boost, and this spell yields around 6 ticks of damage, oh my god, 6 ticks of healing with a duration of 6 seconds, but has a cooldown of 9 seconds, and it can be sold for 100 million gold, and obviously you will have to be level 170 to equip it, and obviously obtained in the Insane difficulty. This is the only epic inside of the Insane dungeon, and honestly, the radius on this is so huge and is absolutely amazing. Love this healing spell. It's about time we got a really good healing spell, and this one is it. I 100% recommend getting this if you are a tank or healer. So now we are going to be moving on to the Nightmare spells, and obviously the Nightmare spells are a bit weird. Just saying, they're a bit weird. I like them, but at the same time, I don't. I get it. I like them, but at the same time, they're it could have been done a lot better. So we're gonna have 2 mage spells and 2 warrior spells for this. So the first one we're going to be starting off with is Crystalline Cannon, and Crystalline Cannon is a warrior spell in Dungeon Quest that increases in damage with physical power, and the spell fires crystalline essence forward from a cannon, dealing damage, and I think it's only 1 tick of damage and has a cooldown of around 6 seconds as well. And the Crystalline Cannon can only be obtained in the Enchanted Forest dungeon on Nightmare difficulty and is sold for 100 million gold as well. And you need to also be level 175 to equip it. Also, it's an epic rarity. All of these are going to be epics, just so you are aware. These spells really remind me of revamped spells from lower dungeons. I like the idea that they are revamping the old ones, bringing in the new ones, but come on, like, we could have had so many like cool like crystal ones or vine ones. We got piercing roots, and I'm really like glad that we got piercing roots, but I would have liked to have seen like a tank one where it holds them in place with like vines from the floor. Would have been a really cool spell. But the next one we're going to be doing is the last warrior spell for this dungeon. Warrior skill for this dungeon, and that is going to be Wind Blast. And Wind Blast is the last warrior spell inside of the Enchanted Forest in Dungeon Quest that increases in damage with physical power, obviously, and the spell creates a violent expanding vortex of wind, dealing damage, and it does only 1 tick of damage and has a cooldown of 6 seconds. It can also be sold for 100 million gold and requires players to be at least level 175 to equip it. And obviously Wind Blast can be obtained from the Nightmare difficulty inside of Enchanted Forest. And now we're going to be doing both of the mage spells. I love the mage spells this time around. I think they have a lot of range compared to warriors last time, which got epic range last time. So we're going to be doing these two, and they're basically the kind of same in damage. I'm just saying what I have seen personally. They're the same. If they are different and you guys have found out otherwise inside of the comment section below, tell me, please. It'll be very helpful, especially for people that are watching this video. So we're going to be doing Agony Orbs right now, and Agony Orbs is a mage spell in Dungeon Quest that increases in damage with spell power, and the spell fires a set of Agony Orbs that fly at nearby enemies and then explode, dealing damage. The spell yields 1 tick of damage and has a cooldown of 6 seconds, and Agony Orbs can only be obtained in the Nightmare difficulty in Enchanted Forest and can be sold for 100 million gold and requires players to be at least level 175 to equip it. This is a spell I am personally using just because of the range alone on the spell. Very helpful, very good. I love it so much, and it does a lot in groups, and I'm just saying, kind of carrying with it right now, so that's just me. But the last spell for today is the last mage spell in the entirety of the Enchanted Forest dungeon. We've come to the end of all 7 spells, but this is going to be a Lightning Burst, and Lightning Burst is a mage spell in Dungeon Quest that increases in damage with spell power, and this spell sends a burst of lightning forward, dealing damage to those in range. The spell yields 1 tick of damage and has a cooldown of 6 seconds. And obviously Lightning Burst can be obtained from the Enchanted Forest dungeon on the Nightmare difficulty and can be sold for 100 million gold as well, and requires players to be at least level 175 to equip it, and also is an epic rarity. I really don't know what this spell is in compared to Agony Orbs. I think it's really balanced this time around. Obviously mages do have a bit more of a range this time, but you kind of need the range for both classes, since the second boss is actually in the middle of a lake and you have to kind of get it. You have to kind of be at the very edge of it, but it's worth it. What do you guys think of these spells inside of Enchanted Forest? Do you want to see more spells added into the future? Would you guys like to see the healing spell become a legendary rarity possibly in the future and possibly give damage boost as well? I think that'd be really cool. Or even the opportunity to revive someone inside of the Nightmare difficulty on a hardcore mode only. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. As I said, we are going to be doing a face cam stream at around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard American Time, which is I think 9 to 10ish o'clock in the morning Australian Eastern. I'm not really good that good time zones at all, but do expect a stream. It's gonna be around like 2 maybe 3 hours. We might push up to 4 hours, just depending on how many people do turn up to the stream. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel. Also, make sure to hit the notification bell to be notified every single time we post a video or start a stream, because we're going to be doing videos every single day this week. Obviously, as we are doing them right now, we're going to be doing all of the weapons, all of the armors. We're going to be doing max, mage, tank, and warrior loadouts within the next few days once we get them, and obviously legendary showcases. And I cannot wait to show you guys all of these videos in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day or night wherever you guys may be in the world, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream, because Enchanted Forest is only just getting started. Bye guys!